Welcome back. In my last video, I shared about the three things an author must avoid. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about the four things an author must do. You can check out my other video in my channel. So let's jump in for today's topic, which is the four things an author must do. The first one is to plan your global audience. At present, social media platforms help authors to reach to the global reader. There is a major shift in the way books are promoted now. It only helps the authors to keep the larger picture in mind when writing. With online sales and availability of ebooks, your book can easily travel to any part of the world. Even if you did not write the book for a global audience, it may be read across continents. So, when putting down the facts or numbers in your book, you might want to consider the global audience in your mind. You can include statistics which are beyond your country or continent. When providing statistics, it's good to show the impact within your country or continent, but global numbers will have a bigger appeal for the reader and it will help them to understand the magnitude of the problem. And when I write for my global audience, I really become aware about the consistency of the language along with the facts that I am putting in my book. Inconsistency in language is a complete put off when I am reading, and I have heard the same thing from many other readers and authors. It is like a momentum breaker. So when I'm writing, I plan which variant of English I want to use to talk to my readers. At the end of the day, I wish my readers to finish the book, leave a great book review, and then recommend it to other readers. And I think you would also like the same for you. The second important thing you can do as a writer is plan your beginning, middle, and end. I am a planter writer. What does that mean? I let the story drive me on its own direction. And for most of my life, I have let my heart drive my idea, especially for my first draft. Now, with age and experience, I have gradually moved into structured writing process and it has helped me a lot in staying focused to the objective of my book. Once I get the basic structure of defining my beginning, middle, and end, I let my pantser mode on. Within the structure, there is a scope of playing around. It is just same as cooking that there are some set rules where you cook, for example, the temperature you maintain or the basic ingredients that you follow to keep the flavors intact. Same applies to the writing. Once that is understood, you can begin exploring within that framework and find your own style. The second aspect of planning your structure is to understand how your story is progressing and where are the pitfalls. Again, in writing, just like cooking, you do make your share of mistakes to become a bestseller. Most authors want to write a bestseller and win the literary award. We can't reach to that level in the first trial. We make our share of mistakes, we learn from them, and then move on. Mistakes allow us to improve our writing, and one of the most effective way for me to enhance my writing skill is everyday practice and to learn continuously. This opens me to new ways to present my creativity. For example, sometimes I fix my opening line, sometimes I will change the middle part, and it feels so satisfying at the end of the day. So, my dear authors, find your own unique way of writing and your voice. From my experience, I can share that after I have started outlining my beginning, middle, and end, I found a direction and my writing has become far easier. The third most important thing I could recommend as a writer is to write every day. Should we write every day is the question many aspiring authors ask. A seasoned and successful author will suggest you to write every day to learn the nuances of writing and storytelling. Writing is same as any other sports or job. The more you do, better your brain muscles develop. Idea starts floating in front of you and your brain begins to turn them into stories. Dr. Joe Dispenza says energy flows where intention goes. The more you practice writing, the more energy you fuel into your process. You get better in sentence formation, in your vocabulary, in your overall presentation of the story. And if you ever stress on where to get the content or the material to write more, then you need to read Bird by Annie Lamont. On page number 30, she writes that Flannery O'Connor said that anyone who survived childhood has enough material to write for the rest of his or her life. Maybe your childhood was grim and horrible, but grim and horrible is okay if it is well done. Don't worry about doing it well yet, though. Just start getting it down. I have also done a video where I spoke about should a writer write every day. I will put the link in the comments for you to find the answer. The fourth most important thing an author can do is to invest in beta reader. A beta reader provides honest, unbiased, yet critical assessment of your work before it is released out in the world. I beta read nonfiction books for authors and I use beta readers for my books also. I have observed that beta reading uplifts the story. It makes the gaps visible. It tells if the story held the interest of the reader or not, and if the flow was logical. In one sentence, beta reading helps to shine your story. I usually work with beta readers whom I can trust because mutual trust is a prerequisite to enjoying the process while receiving a honest critique of your own writing. I have done a video that will help you to ask the questions from a beta reader before you hire them and make your journey of writing a success and free from stress. I will see you in next video next week.